Hey, it's Joanne Musa, the Tax Lien Lady, and I am also the co-CIO for a tax lien investing fund. I've been investing in tax liens for over 20 years, almost 25 years now. And you might want to know, well, what is a tax lien? Why is it a good investment? And why might you want to invest in tax liens anyway? Or why might you want to invest in a tax lien fund? Well, let me start by giving you a little introduction on tax liens and how they work, what they are. Well, when you pay your taxes, your property taxes, that goes to the local government, the municipality, the township, or the county, depending on where you live, what state you're in, and whether you live in a city. In a lot of areas, it's done on the county level, collecting property taxes. And in some areas of most of the Northeast, it's the township that collects your money, or the local municipality collects the property taxes. Now, what do they do with this money anyway, right? Well, they use it to build roads, build schools, pay civil servants like firemen, policemen, and school teachers. And I will tell you that my dad and my brother were paid firemen. My one of my sons is a substitute teacher. So we get those benefits from tax money. Property tax money pays for those things. So what does a municipality do, or a county do? What does the local government do when they don't collect that money, when people are delinquent in their taxes? Well, they have a couple of choices. And one is they sell those taxes to an investor. Now, if you're late on your taxes, if you've ever been late on your taxes, you know that you get charged interest and sometimes penalties for not paying on time. Okay. Well, and if it goes on that you don't pay over a long period of time, those add up, right? Well, as an investor, if you buy these taxes at a sale, those penalties and interest get added on to your investment. And they can be double-digit returns. They could be anywhere from, high single digits, like 8%, to double digits, as high as, 24 or 25%. So, and you can get even more than that in some places. So it can be very lucrative. These things are sold at auctions, and when you purchase a tax lien, you usually bid at an auction to purchase tax liens, and things are usually handled by the tax collector. So there's not a lot that you have to do. There might be a little bit of paperwork, and then in some places you might have to record the lien. Some places that's already done for you, so you don't even have to worry about it. And the tax collector does the collecting of the taxes, lets you know when your lien redeems. Some states you have to do a little more, but in a lot of states, the tax collector does all the work for you. So so that's one reason why you would want to do it, because you could get high single digit to low double digit returns on your money, right? And you're also in first position. So you're ahead of any mortgage or other liens, except for government liens. Now, each of these liens, each state has its own redemption period, that they give time for the owner to come back and pay those taxes. And then you, as the lien holder, your lien gets satisfied, you get your interest or the penalty, and you get your money back, you get your capital investment back as well. So each state has a different period of time that they give the property owner to do this. And if the property owner doesn't redeem that lien and pay off those late taxes within that time, then the lien holder can get the property, or in a lot of states now, the property goes into a public sale and is sold, and then the lien holder is in first position and gets paid. both their capital investment that they made and their interest and penalties. So that's how it works. That's what a tax lien is. Now, some states do not sell tax liens. I live in Pennsylvania, and in my state, if you don't pay your taxes, they will sell your property at a tax sale. Now, each state has a different amount of time where they give you to pay your taxes, and then if the delinquency goes on, they're going to either sell a lien on your property or, in my case, sell your property right out from under you, right? Now, in my state, if you don't pay your taxes for a year, if you're a year delinquent, your property will be sold in a tax sale. Other states give you more time to do this, but that is called a tax deed. When you go to one of those tax sales and you're actually buying the property and you get a tax deed, okay? The difference between a tax lien and a tax deed is that when you're purchasing a tax lien, you're not buying the property. You're only putting a lien on the property for the back taxes, okay? And so you have a lien on the property. You get whatever interest rate you got at the tax sale. Some states have a set interest rate. In other states, that interest rate can be bid down at the tax sale. So that's the difference between a tax lien and a tax deed. When you buy a tax lien, you're not owning the property. You only have a lien on the property. You have an investment, okay? When you purchase the tax deed, you are actually purchasing the property. Now, why is a tax lien such a great investment? Well, one thing is, and I think this is the best thing about it, it is not tied to the market. So you could put your money away at an investment that brings in anywhere from 8% to 24 or even 25% without worrying about what happens to the market. The market could crash tomorrow and your lien is still earning the same amount. Okay, so that is the major benefit, I think, of buying a lien, buying a tax lien, or investing in a tax lien fund. You don't have to worry about the market. Another benefit is that you're first in line to get paid. So if something does happen, then you are first in line before a mortgage or any other liens except for government liens. Okay, so those are the main benefits of investing in tax liens, and I've given you a little introduction in what a tax lien is and how it works. And if you benefited at all from this video, then go ahead and click the like button. And if you'd like to find out more about investing in tax liens, then subscribe to this channel. And I'll see you on the next video.